My husband killed someone and can't cope. 5 months ago, a woman purposely walked in front of my husband's truck, he struck her, and was unalived. Much like the people who unalive their family before unaliving themselves, she was so selfish, basically taking him with her. He quit his job on the spot. His employer should have recognized that he was in distress and given him some time off instead of accepting his resignation, but they didn't. The accident brought up bad juju from an accident 10 years ago where he lost his wife and son. He has anxiety that he didn't have before, and he goes to therapy but hasn't driven since the accident. He would rather walk in 100-degree heat than get behind the wheel. He has driven trucks for nearly 13 years, it's all he knows. I won't insult him by acting like I know what he is going through or what he is feeling, but we can't afford for him to grieve any longer. I have been telling him for the last month that we are running out of money. We have less than $100 to our names and our pantry is bare. I don't know what ultimatum I can give him that will snap him back to reality, but next week we are going to be living on the street. We are on a month-to-month lease because we don't have the best credit, so if we don't pay, we are out. I've already pushed our car payment back as much as I could. We've used our get-out-of-jail-free cards, used all generosity from our family and friends, and I've exhausted local resources. I work full-time in a salon and simply don't make enough to support us. I try finding odd side jobs, but I'm limited until after I give birth. I don't want to come off as insensitive, but he needs to go back to work. We had a small savings that we have been using, but that money is gone. My husband insisted he help out the woman's family with final expenses, which I was against, but he did it anyway. He feels guilty. My husband killed someone and can't cope. We were going to lose our place because my husband couldn't recover after a woman stepped in front of his truck a few months ago. It was like she took him with her. Now he is actually gone and it's not even the same. I feel guilty because I pushed him to try to get his job back. They took him back with open arms, which was a huge blessing and surprise. When I called his boss yesterday to tell him my husband wouldn't be coming back, he told me that the company would pay for his funeral. He had been with them for nearly 10 years before he abruptly quit the day of the accident. He needed therapy and time off, but thought the easiest thing would be to quit and try and handle it alone. I wish he would have used the people in his corner instead of letting it get the better of him. I'm 8 months pregnant and can't even go inside my house. Thing is, if someone takes their life in your house, you are responsible for cleanup. If you are renting and don't have renter's insurance, it's on you. I contacted the church we had been to on and off, where we got married, and suicide is a sin, so there was no help there. I'm being induced next week and I don't even have a clean environment to bring a baby back to. It's the last piece of my husband and I don't know if I deserve to raise him. Edit. I had my baby boy this past weekend. 8 pounds 5 ounces. And 19.5 inches. When I texted his family the day he arrived, I was told they wanted to know nothing about him and didn't want to see any pictures. I'm keeping my baby no matter how hard it'll be. I never thought I'd be sending my husband to heaven and welcoming his boy within a week of each other.